Hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com, and we're at the whiteboard, and I have a lesson for you: how to bench 315, 3 plates on a 45-pound bar. All right, now this is a good, modest, honest bench press. Okay, most average males might not reach 315. They might never bench 3 plates. That's your average gym goer. Okay, and if you're a female benching 315, that's very, very advanced. That's a different video. All right, but most powerlifters are gonna reach that milestone of 315. All right, if you've been putting in the effort for a long time, or even if your bench is stuck in the mid 2s, you're probably going to reach 315 at some point if you're consistent and you follow some of the things I'm going to go through. All right, a little easier to get to, of course, than going 405 and potentially even 500 down the road. Most athletes are going to be able to reach this number, but most average gym goers are not. So this is a good, honest, and very sturdy milestone. All right, some really good goal to reach. To reach 315, you're going to need a little more than just a template. So if you saw our 225 video, a template's going to do. You just need some type of progression, something with some sort of order to it, something you're not going to hurt yourself on. All right? But when you're going for 315, you're going to need a little bit more than that. You could probably purchase a template program that works very well, but you're going to need to make a few adjustments most likely. Okay, so maybe there's something holding you back. Maybe it's your tricep strength, and this template just doesn't have a lot of tricep work. And you know that if we hit the triceps harder, you could potentially make a bigger push. All right, so we just have to make that small adjustment. So you can still handle a template program, but there needs to be some sort of individualized adjustments along the way. All right, and if you have a coach, that solves the whole thing. We do sell bench press templates on our website, bigbenchas.com, and our 6-week bench program is really set up to help someone attain this goal, probably more than anything. More bench-specific movements. And what I mean by that is accessories are great. We were talking about 225, right? If you're trying to reach that milestone, you could probably get away with just doing accessories and end up benching 225. You can't just do a bunch of dumbbell press and end up benching 315. You have to do more bench-specific movements. You actually have to lie down on the bench and go through it. Whether it's close grip, whether it's board pressing, whether it's a wide grip press, it has to be a bench press variation. I mean, even a floor press, you have to be on your back going through that type of movement. Intentional accessories. So getting to 225, you can probably throw together a bunch of stuff. You can do whatever tricep exercise, or you can train your chest with flies or whatever, and you can make good progress that way. When you're going for 315, this type of milestone, your accessories need to become more intentional. All right, so you have to have more thought process behind why you're doing this accessory and why you're doing this accessory at this point in the program. Okay, so it might not make sense to do a bunch of dumbbell work so close to a meet. All right, you might need more bench-specific movements. So you might want to tone some of that stuff back to like the early off-season period. Have to be more intentional with that stuff, guys. You need good technique. Not great technique, not world-class technique. All right, but you need to have good technique. Of course, you see some guys with good genetics reach 315 pretty readily just throwing that thing around. All right, that's good for them, but most lifters are going to need some sort of good technique already in place. So we're on your path to 225. You were supposed to really start developing that good technique. This is when you have to display it. All right, you have to have an understanding somewhat of what leg drive is, how to do that. More importantly, like bar path, you really have to have a good understanding of how to press that bar. You don't have to have super advanced things set in place. Or maybe your takeout process is a little iffy. Maybe you're not great at leg drive yet. You know, there's a lot. Maybe you're not great at lat activation yet, but you need to have good technique. Develop a mental edge, guys. When I was coming up, I got stuck at 315 for a good while. It was well over a year probably. And when you see those 3 plates get loaded on the bench, and I know this happens to a lot of you, and you may admit it or not, but you see 3 plates or whatever number it is get loaded onto the bar, it starts to get in your head a little bit. All right, you can't have a mental block when you're looking at 3 plates. Something you've never benched before, you're working hard to achieve it. When 3 plates goes on the bar, It's just more weight on the bar. You take the bar, whatever it feels like, it's going up. Okay, you have to have a mental edge. You have to learn to develop that mental edge. You can't have a mental block when going for a number like this. Now, going for 315, you're not going to be able to test as often as going for like 225, where it's a little more readily to achieve. 315, you're probably going to be better testing every 2 to 4 months. Okay, so you might run a great 8-week program. That gets you 2 months. Then you can go and test for 315. Depends on your rate of progress, where you're at. If you're already progressing quickly, if you're starting to slow down, your age, a lot of things factor into it. All right, if you're a little bit slower to progress or you're a little older, it's better to run something more like a 16-week training cycle to attempt something like 315. Okay, guys, so this is your roadmap to get into 315. Again, 315 is a great goal to have. It's something that a lot of people can't say they've ever achieved. Most lifters are eventually going to get there, but it's going to take work. All right, it's not going to be an easy feat. All right, for most people. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Your roadmap to 315. Coach Ben here. Make sure you go down in the description. If you'd like a faster route to 315, application for our team coaching is down below at the whiteboard. And you know where to find me. You can meet me